So prices are the same everywhere. And even more in case of rum, because rum factories are anywhere, okay? Why the best place last day? Because it's the last day with the bottles. If you buy rum bottles in Havana, for example today, you have to carry on heavy. You have to make one space in the suitcase to put the rum bottles. To save what? To save time? To save money? No. Last day, flag back home. That's it. Rum bottles. Easy. Different cigars and coffee. Best place to buy any Cuban cigar, any Cuban coffee brand, La Habana, Havana City. Factories are in Havana. So in Havana, prices are better than in the rest of Cuba, cigars and coffee. Quality is higher because factories are there. Okay? Fresher, better quality for cigars and coffee. Actually, the best Cuban cigars, handmade, totally handmade, are known as Habanos, Los Habanos, because they are made in Havana. Factories, as I told you, cigar factories, coffee factories, the best ones are in Havana City. Rum factories, no. Rum factories, you could find rum factories anywhere. Actually, it's coming one. It's coming a rum factory close by, yeah. No factory, but a store. Okay. Yes. By the way, how many rum bottles is possible to take back home?
One each.
1.4 liter. That means 2 rum bottles per person. So 4 each couple. Cigars, how many Cuban cigars? 50 cigars per person. It's a lot. Coffee, as much you want. It's unlimited. Coffee, you could take as much you want. Okay. It's coming, as I told you, a rum factory. Havana Club is coming, which is one of the biggest, actually, rum factory in Cuba in function. Reason why Pina Colada place owned by the government, they could give rum for free. Take it. More. Oh, nobody cares. It's coming here. Rum factory, Havana Club. And don't be surprised, there is a rum factory on the right side, and there is a paper factory in front. In bad shape, in really bad shape, but it's still in function. Still in use. Look, this is the one. Rum factory, Havana Club. 26,000 bottles a week they produce, 80% to export, and paper factory in front. In bad shape, but still in function, still in use. Why paper and rum close by? Easy, to save time. Both use the same. What is used to produce alcohol? Sugar cane? No water. I wish. Water with the rum? No. Sugar cane molasses, rum. Sugar cane fiber, paper. When you take a sugar cane piece and you squeeze it, you get juice, but you get fiber left. You get woody, like bamboo. It's actually same family of bamboo. Yes. But now we produce paper. So today, listen, we're going to Havana. Come on. So we're gonna be in the best place to buy cigars and coffee, but we're gonna be even in a better place. We're going first, remember, to a fortress, to a castle built on the hill. Well, in there, inside the castle, at the entrance, there is a cigar and coffee store where prices are even better than city prices because it's out of the city. So to go there, you should book a tour or pay a cab, for going there. That's why they have better prices, lower, and better quality because many people go in there. Well, fresh, really fresh. Gonna be the moment and the time for those people who want to buy cigars and coffee. Good place, facilities to pay. You could pay with any currency. Save pesos. Pesos is Cuban, is toilet paper. No. I mean hard currencies, euros, dollars, American dollars, Canadian dollars, or credit card. Okay, good. Okay. Good place and a good moment for those who want. Because after that we come back to the bus, so you can leave stuff on the bus. You don't have to carry on whatever you buy there. I'm going to talk later about the pesos, what happened with the pesos, and it's crazy. Look on your left now, baseball stadium, and look what is right in there. Socialismo o muerte. What is the meaning of that? Socialism or death. Wow, that is radical. Or this or nothing. Who used to say that? Castro. When he was in charge, when he was talking with the people, he used to say goodbye with that sentence. Socialism or death. We will win. He was a great speaker, let me tell you. He was a great speaker. Like Che Guevara, my goodness, another one. You know how he used to say goodbye, Che Guevara? Hasta la victoria siempre. Have you seen
Victory forever.
always to the victory, or victory forever?
Yeah.
Great speaker, great speaker. It's coming a power plant actually, big power plant on your left. Electricity produced with oil and gas. This is a oil well, oil drill. They are making, you know, a well to find oil. It's a mixed company, China and Cuba, Power plant is coming. Electricity in Cuba is produced with oil and gas. 80% of the electricity produced in Cuba, 80% of the electricity produced is produced with oil and gas. Crazy, because we don't have too much oil. We have a lot of sun, over 300 days sunshine in Cuba. And wind, a lot. So why not use more sun power and wind power? Because it's money. We need technology from China, panels, okay. They're working on to improve, to make, for the moment, 80% power plants, electricity produced with oil and gas. From where come the oil that we need? From where?
Russia.
No.
Venezuela.
Venezuela and Iran, Venezuela. So it's crazy because, you know, there are, let's say, situations in those countries we are afraid if something happened there affect us, obviously. Like Soviet Union, back in days we used to import 100% of the oil from Soviet Union back in 70s, 80s. Reason why, you know what happened when they collapsed? We almost collapsed with them. Electricity, you know how many hours electricity? 4 hours a day. I remember those days. I was a child. I couldn't sleep really well. Imagine 4 hours a day electricity. No one day, no two, no a year. I'm talking about years and years. Years and years. Electricity 4 hours a day. Meals, you know how many meals we had in a day? One. If you look at me like this, I was like, come on, like crazy times. I remember being in school, waiting for the class. You know, I saw many friends of mine falling down. Boop. You know why?
No food.
Hungry.
Yeah,
No iron in the blood, no vitamins, no minerals. They were like weak. Come on, crazy time, my friends. 1990s. Soviet Union collapsed. US embargo was even stronger. So Cuba was isolated. Almost we collapsed. Reason why many Cubans left the country in those days. Cubans, thousands of them, Miami. A wave of illegal migration to Miami by boats. They got, you know, they got Miami land, they got US land by boats. Once in Miami, welcome to America. Nobody deport a Cuban back. Political games. What about Mexicans? What about people from El Salvador, Guatemala? Huh? They try to do the same. They try to go US. Let's make a wall, Donald Trump.
Yes.
Because they are drug dealers. They are not good. No. Cubans, welcome. Political games, a way to confuse, because news, maybe not anymore, but in the 90s, look how many Cubans are escaping from a dictatorship. Look how many Cubans are escaping from a regime that is killing them. Not really. Cubans were escaping from a poor country like Salvador or Guatemala, many other countries in the area. But they accept Cubans. They don't accept, or they didn't accept those people. Actually, one of the people who left Cuba in the 90s was a kid, really big new, 1999, Elian Gonzalez. He was 6 years old, kid. Him, mommy, stepdaddy, stepfather, 16 people with him. They were from my city. They were from my city. They took a boat and they left Cuba, Miami. You know what happened with them? The engine of the boat blew up, killing most of them. The kid, I don't know how, arrived alive Miami. Helping by dolphins is what they said. Once in Miami, in bad shape, okay, clinic, took it by his uncle from the mother side. Uncle took him. Okay. Welcome to America. Welcome to the American dream. Stay here with me. The father, the real father, who stay here, he didn't know nothing. They were divorced. When the father knew about it, he was already in Miami. He said, "Wow, what is doing in Miami, my kid? I want my kid back. Please, uncle, please." Uncle say no. He's gonna stay here. What? You are the uncle from the mother side. I'm the father. I have the right to take care of him. I love him. No, the last will of the mother was bringing him here. So what? She passed away. She died. So now he's, come on, no. So this kid started the conflict, my friends. Big conflict. First between families, okay, but then between countries. U.S., Cuba involved in the fight. Castro, Clinton, making speechless about it. Look how many kids, Cuban kids are coming to Cuba, escaping from you, dictator, from you, Castro regime. Castro said, no, they're escaping from a poor country, blocking by you guys, blocking by U.S. U.S. embargo is killing us. And besides, if you accept Cubans there, obviously they want to go. They take the risk for going there. American dream. Everyone wants to live that, you know. Finally, FBI. Even FBI was involved. FBI went to his uncle's house, took the kid by force. I mean, he was hiding in a closet. There is a photo taken, I mean, by the photographer in the moment that he's in the closet. You know, M16. Imagine that, officers with M16 and the kid. Took the kid, put the kid on a plane and sent the kid back. He came back after a year of a big demand. Okay, after he came back. Okay, Castro won. Political games. Here, we made it. We won the battle. Okay, we won. We bring him back. Political games. Here, happened to obviously everywhere. But it was like that. Thousands and thousands of Cubans left Cuba, and thousands died on the way. Thousands died. Now it's not like that, because now it's quite better. The economic situation for Cubans is quite better. You know, it's not really roughy, not really hard like back in the 90s. Now we have electricity 24/7. Subsidized. We pay monthly 1,000 pesos, 1,000 pesos. Now we have gas in the gas station. We're going gas. You know how much we pay for liter? 25 pesos, less than you.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay, it's good. It's quite better. Thanks to who? Thanks to France, Canada, Canadian oil company in charge of this power plant. Let's see the flag, the Canadian flag. See there, see Canada. Thank you guys. Love you. Thanks to you, we have a better life in Cuba. Okay. Obviously, you don't want us there in Canada.
We want to,
but at least you're helping us. So it's quite better. It's getting worse because pesos. My goodness. I don't know if you know. This is your first time here. For all of you, first time.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if you know that before COVID we had CUC. Remember that? CUC, Cuban convertible pesos?
Yes, yeah.
We had two currencies, CUC, CUP.
Oh.
Both Cubans. One good boy, CUC, higher, wow, good rate. CUP, bad boy, toilet paper. People said, that was, for many years, we had CUC, like 10, like from the 90s. But the people were mad. Why? Why two currencies in our country? No, it's not good for us. It's not good for the economy of the people. We need one currency, please. The new president, Diaz-Canel is the name. You want a currency? Okay, let's make it. CUC, bye-bye. Now just pesos. And they increase the prices. I mean, they increase the salaries. And salaries increase the prices. Okay, was good. Okay, the first month, but then COVID, they were not expecting COVID too long. They were not expecting COVID too long. 3-4 months, okay. Hey, tourists, they're not coming. Because COVID, tourists, they're not coming, bringing hard currencies to Cuba. Oh yes, my goodness, now what? Okay, let's make another change. The president was talking with the people. Hey, listen, we need money, we need hard currencies, you know, to keep the economy working, we need hard currencies. But tourists, they're not coming. It's, you know, it's locked down, the whole world. But we know, they know, studies, we know that you guys, most of you have families in Miami, in whatever, many countries all over the world, and they send money to you here in hard currencies. And then you know what you do? He said, you know what you do with the money? You take the money, hard currency, and you travel Russia, Panama, free visa, Panama, Mexico, Russia. Once there, you spend the hard currency there, you buy stuff and you bring it back for selling them more expensive here. Mules, there are many mules. Not good. Let's make stores, let's make shops where you guys, you could use the hard currency in Cuba and then stay here. What do you want? fancy TV, okay. PC, okay. Air conditioner, okay. No basic. We're going to keep the basic stuff in pesos. Okay. People say, okay, makes sense. Good. That was good for a while, but COVID took longer. Oh, you know what happened now? You know what is now? Cooking oil, toilet paper, soap, cigarettes, water, soft drinks, cookies for kids, all in hard currencies. So that is even worse than before with the CUC, because the point is that CUC, we could buy CUC in the bank. You go in with pesos and then you buy CUC. Now we cannot buy hard currencies. You go into a bank, any in Cuba, with 1 million of Cuban pesos, 1 million. I want to buy 20 Canadian dollars. They don't sell. They buy, but they don't sell hard currencies.
Oh.
So how we buy in those stores? How? Oh, families. You have? No, I don't have family in Miami. I don't have. No, you tourism, you tour guide. Okay, but what about the doctors, lawyers? They don't deal with tourists. How they get hard currencies? It's a big dilemma. It's a big dilemma that we have in these days. Reason why, have you seen those people in the hotels dealing with you?
Yeah.
Offering to you better rates? Why? Because this is the way that they have to get hard currencies for themselves or for somebody else. It's the only way. Tips? Okay, but how much Canadian dollar in the bank? 18. That is the rate, officially. Right. I'll give you 30, I'll give you 40, I'll give you 50.
Yeah.
Okay. Tick.
And it's 18 pounds.
Eh?
Good. It's 18 in Havana, good.
But that is illegal activity.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is an illegal activity. And they are cooking a law in the parliament for taking people who are doing that in prison, putting in prison, 2 years in prison.
Oh my God.
Locals and tourists, they don't care. So be careful with that, guys.
Yeah.
Be careful. Havana is complicated. Is a big city with security cameras everywhere. They're watching you. And there are some people there, dealers, they pretend to be. They are police, dressed like, normal people. They, Anyway, you have a tour guy. You're lucky today. I bring, just in case, no pressure. If you need pesos, which is actually not big. I mean, stores in case of cigars, coffee, run stores, they don't want pesos. They just charge in hard currencies. You need pesos for drinks, cocktails, souvenirs in Havana. You need pesos. It's better paying pesos when you get a better rate. For example, piña colada, 180 or 5 Canadian dollars. Well, if I give you a better rate, I give you 50, for example, 50 pesos each dollar, each Canadian, then it's 5 is 250. It's better pay in pesos than in Canadian, for example. Look at me, multi-millionaire. I have more. This is just an example. Pesos. Look. Okay. So if someone needed, you let me know. I give you pesos with a better rate, obviously, that at the bank. And I'm going to take the risk because you are involved. If I go into the prison, you're going to the prison with me.
No.
So we take care of each other. So clear. That's now.
What rate can you give us?
Where you come from? Canada? No, you told me.
Of course, Canada.
What do you have? Canadian?
Yeah.
I'll give you a better rate, private. Trust me, better.
Well, I'm not gonna come in, so you go with her. For exchange. For free.
Okay, my people, let's talk a little bit about the Cuban history because it's coming Havana. Let's change the topic. History. We should know a little bit history. Normally, when I talk about the Cuban history, people fall asleep. Too much TMI, too much information. I have to. It's coming actually Havana City, and Havana is not a Spanish language. Havana is native language. Cuba, Havana, Guanabo. This is Guanabo, Bacunayagua, the bridge name. There are many names, okay, city, places, names that came from the native times, okay. For example, Havana. What is the meaning of Havana? Flat. flat area, flat city. It's like savannas in Africa, the flat, really flat areas. Cuba, when Columbus came to Cuba, when he landed here, he was confused. He said, we are in India, we found India. We found a new way to be in India. So they named the native Indians. But later they realized, hey, this is not India, I've been in India. This is something new. You know what, we are lost. So when they wonder, when they ask to the native, hey buddies, how do you call this? How do you call Cuba? Cuba is native name, mean fertilized land, fertilized soil. So, history. This is Guanabo, fisherman town. This over here. It's a native name too. So, Cuban history, my friends, is divided in 4 times, in 4 periods. The first period is the one before Columbus, native time, pre-Columbus time, before 1492. Okay? Second period, the longest, colonial time, Spanish time. Cuba was colony of Spain in between 1492 1898. So really long period. That's why we speak Spanish, just in the whole country. Third period, independence. We got the independence from Spain when 1902. So 1902, 1959, Republic is the name. Republic period. Republic, independence period. And the last period, 1959 to 2022, nowadays. What is the name of the last period? Huh? No. Revolution time. No communism. Revolution. Castro was not communist from the beginning. He was closer of later. So, before Columbus, 300,000 native in Cuba. 300,000 native in Cuba before Columbus. How many left? How many native left now? None. Native in Cuba gone. Really? Yes. 300,000 of them gone. No, now. I'm talking about 150 years after the Spaniards, they're gone. Why? What happened? Disease, sickness introduced by Spaniards killed them. Slavery, hard work killed them. Expecting life, finish with them. So, who am I? Who are the Cubans? We're not native. So, who we are? We are a mix. In between who? Obviously, Spanish. What about the other side? Africans. Spaniards, they never mix with the native. Maybe they were not so sexy, I mean, sure. But they mix with Africans. Why Africans? What Africans? No. Spanish, they introduced Africans to Cuba. Huh? Over and over, you know. In 200 years, slavery in Cuba was abolished in 1886. One of the last countries in America. Last one, Brazil, 1889. In between 1600, 1800, do you know how many Africans were introduced? 5 million of Africans, just to Cuba, just in Cuba. And this is us. We are the mix between Africans and Spaniards. Reason why, religion in Cuba, number one now, 60% of the people believe in, which is the main religion in Cuba? Santeria. Have you heard that before? No, now you have. Santeria is mix between Catholic, Voodoo, African Voodoo, Spanish Catholic. Mix. Santeria is the name of this religion. This is us. Tropicana show. Tropicana. You're going to see how much influence we have from Africa. My goodness. From Spain, from South America. I mean, it's a mix culture, you know. Religion, dance, music, you know, it's mix. Okay. Spanish, they were in charge. But in 1800, Africans, slave, mixed people, they said, why we have to be under those guys? Let's fight for the independence. Let's take the freedom. Spanish, no. So they were fighting. There was a war, independence war, 1868. Organized? Not really organized. They were fighting 10 years. Listen, 10 years. Imagine, Africans, slave with machetes and the horses, and Spaniards. Boom, boom, boom. Obviously, who won? The Spaniards won, but they tried. That was the first, you know, try. Okay, they won. 1895, second time, came out. I mean, was born a new independence war, organized really well by one guy, great speaker too. Cuban national hero, Let me make a test. 2 beers for free for the person who knows the answer. 2 piña coladas. Later, better. Who is the Cuban national hero?
Castro?
Huh? Castro? No.
No.
Talking about 1800. Castro is later, 1900. Castro, no. Cuban national hero. Jose Marti. Okay. We got to see his memorial. We got to see the biggest monument of him is in Havana, Revolution Plaza. The statue is his statue. It's not Castro, no. He was the one who organized, you know, the people, slave, mixed people that were fighting with a lot of passion. A lot of passion, with, you know, a lot of, let's say, united. 3 years they were fighting. Just 3 years. And they almost won. Almost. Not really. You know why not really? Last year, fighting against the Spaniards, they were like almost, you know, they got help. Cuban troops got help from other country. Other country came, other country sent troops for helping the Cuban troops. Which country came for helping us? Helping? US. No, USA. You know how they help? They were helping in Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, Libya, Vietnam. Yeah, they are pretty great guys. So they came here for helping us. They were helping us, and obviously with that help we won. Spanish, bye, go back home. Now we are in charge. You in charge? You? What about us? What about the help? We were helping you, so take it easy. Let's do a deal.
You have to make it out, right?
Constitution. Example. Constitution was written under the eyes of US. Reason why a section of the Constitution said, Cuban Constitution said, US as friend has the right to build army bases anytime, anywhere on the island to keep the freedom, to keep the independence. Reason why nowadays there is a piece of Cuba in the hands of US, which is Guantanamo. I told you. Even worse. Presidents, people. I mean, the presidents in those days, puppets. They were doing whatever US wanted. You know, puppets. 1950s. 65% of the Cuban soil, of the Cuban land, in the hands of who? US corporations. 65% of Cuba in the hands of US. Not good, obviously, not good for locals. But the last drop on the glass was alcohol prohibition. US, 1920s. Alcohol, no. Okay, let's go Cuba. Cuba is the backyard. They came here. Alcohol, drugs, prostitution. Capos, my friends, Capos, Mayan Lasky, Lucky Luciano, Al Capone, they came and they found here a paradise, a place to invest, a place to have fun. Alcohol, casinos, nightclubs, Tropicana, where are we going? Owned by the mafia. There is a bulletproof hole there, bulletproof. They had even a project, they had an idea, something like Las Vegas, in between Havana, Varadero, 150 kilometers, with casinos, hotels, all in between. They were working on, you know. But obviously, the situation in Cuba for locals was bad. Imagine prostitution, drugs, killers, you know, gangsters. Not good, not good. That's why smart people, big brains, students, university students, they said, this sucks. This situation is not what we wanted. This is not the country that we wanted. Marti was fighting for a real independence, and this is not this. So let's do something. They were making protests, demonstration. Batista. Batista was the dictator in charge, really bad guy. One day, in a big demonstration, you know, like 6,000 students, they were making big protests in Havana. One of these students, he took the microphone. He was a great speaker. He was studying law for being a lawyer, no liar, lawyer. So he took the microphone and said, hey fellas, listen, what is this? We are losing the time. This doesn't change nothing. Blah, blah, blah. No. Let's do a war. Let's do a revolution by guns against the situation, against the dictatorship, which is connected with the mafia. So no way. The only way is revolution. How many people join me? How many people want to fight with me? You know how many people join him? Eh? No. 82. He said, really? I'm not kidding. 82 students and him they started a war, a revolution. 1953, July 26. 82 students, they assaulted a police station in the east, tiny, and then they run into the mountains, and they were living there, you know. That was in 1953. You know what they did first, beside this attack? Radio station. They were engineers, you know. They knew how to make a radio station by themselves. Radio Rebelde, rebel radio. By you know, I mean, the leader every afternoon took the microphone and was talking with the people. Fellas, Cubans, listen, we are fighting, you know, for a revolution. They were not fighting really. They were, you know, in the jungle. 82. So we need that you support me. If you support me, then we're going to make this, we're going to make that, we're going to change the situation in Cuba, we're going to create schools, we're going to create hospitals for the people, la, 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 la. Day by day, brain watch, day by day. 1958, you know what happened? Revolution. The 82 students, supported by 80% of the Cuban people. Each 10 Cubans, 8 were fighting, were involved in that revolution. That's why they triumphed, because they got Cuban support. The leader did it, made it. Great leader, great speaker, more than anything. Who was it? Me? No. Who? Castro. Fidel Castro. My goodness, he was the one. He was a legend, living legend. Let me tell you, he got the support. Don't be confused. He did what he did. He made what he made because he was supported by Cubans. Most of Cubans were with him during 60 years. I'm talking about the whole life. Okay, even from the beginning. Castro was the head. Okay, but even the second in command. The second in command was, wow, another famous, great speaker. He is nowadays, his face is more soul than Castro face. Che Guevara. You know him? The guy with the beard.
Yeah, yeah.
He's the one. His face is, wow, icon of the Cuban history, of the Cuban Revolution history. Che Guevara. Okay, they triumphed, my friends. They did it. And what they did first was a reform in agriculture. 65% of the Cuban land in the hands of U.S. No way. Who you are for own land in Cuba? You are Americans, own America. Cuba, Cubans. So he gave. He obeyed, nationalized the land, and then gave the land to the war heroes, to the fighters. You own the land now. You work and you own the land. Huh? That was a big change, the first. And this change affecting, obviously, the relationship between Cuba and US. That's why I said Castro was not communist. Castro was nationalist in the beginning. But one thing took the other one, and the other one, and the other one, and then, obviously, almost a war, third war. Nikita Khrushchev introduced rockets, nuclear weapons were introduced in Cuba to defend socialism. Castro accepted, and then, well, you know already what happened. So this is the big, I mean, in big pieces, this is the Cuban history speech. Obviously, I could be talking longer, but it's not, doesn't make sense. You're not history students. This is not a class. I won't make a test at the end of the no final test. So this is easy. Let's see how many sleeping. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 3. That's okay. 3 sleeping. That's okay. So, any question on the history?
I have a question. So he accepted the way to go towards communism because you guys need the Russian help?
Obviously, my friend. Obviously. Listen, in those days, the world was divided in two.
Yeah.
We are a small island. We are a small country. If you don't play with that team, you cannot play by yourself because you are like this. Russia, they could play by themselves. They attacked Ukraine. So they did it. They don't care. No, us, we are like this. So no, U.S. then Sovietics. So that happened. That was, you know, the point. Why he went close, when he went closer over and over of Khrushchev and Sovietics, because help. We need help. We need someone, you know, a father, big father. Otherwise, we're gonna die. So that's it. Any other question? Of the what? Economy?
Yeah.
need a new revolution in agriculture. We need a new reform. 80% nowadays, 80% of the Cuban land is owned by who? By the government. And they don't produce nothing. You go into the hotels, give me a lemon. Huh? Lemon? Give me a banana. Give me a mango. Obviously, now it's not a season. It's not a season. We have a season for that. But even in the season, we have to import. We have to import lemon, bananas, mangoes from Guatemala. What? What? Yes. We have the condition here, the soil, the weather to produce, but they don't produce. When something is owned by too many, doesn't work. When something is owned by so many people, it's not good. Should be private owned. You are in charge. You're full. It's your money. You need. I mean, government. Who's government? Everyone. So they pay you. You're making salaries, even when you sell, when you produce or not. They don't care. Salaries are fixed, monthly the same. Oh, when it's private owned, if you produce more, you have more. If you no, that is the reason why. It's crazy. We need a new revolution. We need a new. Maybe me, you know. Maybe you're going to hear Javier, the tour guy. Well, he's now fighting. Yeah, okay. Okay, my team. That's it. Too much. TMI. Too much information. Let's come in.